From Fox 55 Sports, this is The Locker Room.
We're just going to come out, get pumped because, they're coming after us. So we're just going to come ready to play, do what we do, and play Bishop Dwenger football.
They're going to want to beat us. Everyone wants to beat us. We just can't let it happen. We're going to have to play with our heads. We're going to keep our minds sharp and just play hard-nosed football like we always do here. Certainly the challenge is for us to not come into this game, quote-unquote, hungover, right? Passive, letting the game, kind of develop. We got to go in there with the right mindset. We got to go in there with the mindset of Bishop Dwenger football. It's a new season. It's the first game. It's in a sense the only game these guys are guaranteed.
We expecting them to come hard. They're going to come with it just because they don't want to lose. But here it is. We're not going to back down either because, we come more prepared this time. So we're just going to see where it goes.
We got to bring it. Just bring it. They have a great defense. I know that. So the O-line have to have a big game in order for us to win.
This is a hump that we got to get over. I thought last year we got over some humps that were hunting us in the past, and this is one that's hunting us right now. There is motivation from last year, of course, and being an in-state or in-town rival. And in the SAC, everything's a good test. Everybody's a good test. It's not just Dwenger. You got Schneider, Homestead, Southside. Everybody's a good test. So, like I said, we're just going to go out and play football the way we know how and let things fall where they can.
Well, if that doesn't get you psyched up for some football, I don't know what will. Good evening and welcome inside the locker room, everyone. He's Peter. I'm Justin. Pete, it's finally
It's here, man. It's here. You and I have been smiling ear to ear all night, partly because of the weather. We're thankful for that,
absolutely.
But it's football season, man. We've been waiting all summer long for the Friday Night Lights to come back to the Hoosier State and back to the locker room, and tonight, we got our wish. We got a full slate of games on tap for you, including big matchups between ACAC and any 8 foes. But, of course, as we always do, Prince, we begin our night in the SAC.
That's right, Peter. Our inaugural game of the week for the 2019 campaign takes us to Winchester Road with Wayne and Bishop Dwenger. The Generals haven't beaten the Saints in their past 7 tries. That included a 1-point loss in last year's sectional final, and the Saints marched into this one hot. First drive of the game, Devin Tittman plows in from a yard out, picking up where he left off last year. 2-point conversion, no good. Saints up 6. Next drive for Dwenger, 4th down and long to go. Brendan Lytle flush from the pocket. It's Michael Lito downfield. That's a first down.
He's a weapon.
He is indeed. And then later in the drive, again down close to the goal line, Patrick Finley playing running back.
He can do it all.
He finds pay dirt. Saints up 14 after the 2-point conversion. Generals would finally answer 4th down. Aiden Meek looking for Ethan Dumas. It's knocked away, but right place, right time. Anthony Newsom makes the grab, and then a couple plays later, Keyshawn Fields. He's going to punch it in from a yard out, and the Generals pull within 8 after a quarter of play. But it was all Saints from there, Pete. Second quarter, Devin Tittman, he's going to find pay dirt once again. Saints go up 15. They roll to the 41-6 victory.
Yeah, Tittman, new number, same dude. New turf at Spooler Stadium. What a beautiful sight. Something else that's new this year, the Mercy Rule. And that came into play tonight at Northrop. Bruins hosting Homestead. Early second half, Bruins down a bunch. Dylan Hoot throwing to the wrong colored jersey. Luke Palmer comes down with the pick. Northrop's defense would hold, but as soon as they get the ball back, Sparty's D makes another play. Jake Archibald plucking one off the turf after the deflection. Student section's fired up. They travel well. They're loving it. Homestead's got the ball back, and they know what to do with it. Saw a lot of Braden Hardwick on this drive. Gets outside, carrying tacklers with him into Bruins territory. Moments later, Luke Goody, plenty of time, finds Sam Scavo scampering over the middle. Scavo's in for 6, and Sparty is partying tonight. 43-6. All Homestead at Spooler.
Let's head over to Chambers Field. This one, all Snyder over at Northside. Panthers,
a lot
like
of blowouts tonight.
Indeed, all from the word go. 35-0 in the third. Snyder continuing to ground and pound. Cameron Trotter just dragging dudes all over the field. Gets 6 yards, and then later in the drive, let him do his thing again. Third down, refuses to go down. He's going to pick up first down yardage on the play. Again, just dragging dudes. But the Panthers have a lot of backs, and they like to use them, Pete. Later in that drive, Chance Collier takes the handoff off the right side. He gets into the end zone, nearly untouched. Snyder takes the 42-0 lead, and they roll on to the 51-0 win.
We didn't even see Lenny Bennett in that highlight either.
No.
Neon Nation, what's good? Packed house at Carroll as the Chargers open the season against the Bishop Luers Knights, and the boys in blue dominated this one from the get-go. Already up a tutty in the second. Jeff Becker making plays with his legs, as the Becker boys tend to do. That's a first down. Moments later, Doug Dinan and company decide to pound the rock down by the goal line. Hunter Mertz in for the score. Makes it 14-0 Carroll, and things wouldn't get any better for Kyle Lindsey's crew. Ensuing possession for the Knights, Christian Fly trying to force the issue. Cade Dinan makes him pay. The coach's son coming up with the pick. How about a statement from the Bolts right out of the gate? 42-0. Carroll cruises tonight at home.
Our final stop in the SAC takes us to Zollner Stadium. Tim Manigle's Concordia Cadets taking on Southside. Archers hanging tight in the third, all tied at 14. And third and forever to go for Concordia. Daquan Reed sacks Brandon Davis. That's going to force a punt, but the Cadets...
I like those new jerseys.
I do too. Quick to repay the favor. Manny Knight met in the backfield by Matt Gogline and Cooper Harris. Cadets get the ball back, and they would march right down the field. Third down, Davis looking long for Jalen Vanderbosch. He skies for the grab and the big gain. And then a few plays later, Davis looking deep once again, and he finds Jaron Kindig. Beautiful back shoulder throw, beautiful grab from Kindig. And that's the go-ahead score. Cadets go up 6. They never give it back. They win 41-14.
Head up to the Cow. A lot of hype around the Barons, and we know how good Angola is. Hornets up 27-20 at the half, but Baron fans not worried about it. Actually going to jump to the fourth quarter, all squared at 27. Evan Eschbach, the transfer quarterback from Wawasee, down the sideline to Evan Snyder. He's able to get in for the score. Gives the Barons the lead, but Angola not going anywhere. This team's tough as nails. Hornets fly right back down the field. Antonio Lavanos brings a couple guys with him into the end zone to tie it up. This one goes down to the wire, but the Barons squeak it out. 41-39, snapping Angola's 19-game regular season winning streak. Congrats to the Barons.
No doubt. We make our way over to Woodburn now. A couple of East Allen County rivals meeting up. Woodland playing host to Leo, and this just in Peyton Wall.
We got some problems. Got some breaking news here in the locker room.
First drive of the game for the Lions. To the window, to the wall, to the end zone. 67 yards.
That's Little John, right?
Yes.
That's an older one.
He's got a reservation for 6.
Yeah.
Peyton was just getting warmed up. Later in the half, Lions backed up on their own 13. No worries. Just give it to him.
There he goes again.
Breaks this one for 87. Wall, a man possessed this evening. 13 carries, 251 yards, 4 tutties, and he added an interception on defense. Leo gets a lopsided win over Woodland, 36-0. You're fine.
That's a pretty good yard per carry average, I think.
Indeed. East Noble, they're on the road. This one actually just going final. The Knights winning over Plymouth, 34-31. Meanwhile, Warsaw, they were all over Huntington North tonight, 52-13.
Staying in the NE8, Columbia City goes on the road and gets a win over a talented Hammond-Gavitt team, 20-16. Eagles are a winner tonight. That's your final there. And New Haven falls just short. South Bend Riley in town tonight. They win it in overtime, 28-27 over the Bulldogs.
Norwell, they were down in Jay County this evening, and they topped the Patriots 47-0. Another lopsided win there, Pete.
Yeah, a lot of blowouts tonight, and this was no exception here. Time to head to Turtletown. 1A's 6th-ranked Churubusco Eagles hosting the Whitko Wildcats. New era in Wildcat football under first-year coach Phil Jensen, and his defense standing tall early, 4th and short. Whitko comes up with the stop. Unfortunately, they could never get that offense going. Busco's front seven not budging one bit. Reese Wicker, Hunter Byansky in on the tackle for loss. Paul Sade likes that, and he's got to like this too. Gage Kelly cutting back, breaking a couple tackles, and about 30 yards later, he's brought down in Wildcat territory. Later in the drive, 3rd and long, no worries. Just give it to Jake. First touchdown of the season and many more to come for Jake Falk. Eagles get on the board first, and they'd never look back. Busco wins tonight, 26-0, your final.
Up to Albion we go. Central Noble Cougars, your hosts, the West Noble Chargers, your visitors. A moment of silence before the game to honor West Noble's Chuck Schlemmer, who died this week in a traffic accident. He was their longtime cross-country coach. West Noble came out fired up late on their first trip down the field. Chargers handed to Brandon Pruitt, who picks up some big yardage and is eventually pushed out of bounds. 2 plays later, Kyle Mayhorter to Josh Gross. He finds pay dirt for 6.
That's Central a familiar
Noble,
sight.
Indeed. Central Noble defense, while they would get warmed up, and a big player for them, Will Hoover. He gets a big defensive stop here on this play. Woo!
Oh, boy.
Big hit.
I hadn't seen that highlight yet tonight.
Me either. West Noble, though, too much tonight. They go on to win 19-7.
All right, big boy, we see you. Staying in the NECC, Garrett, they go up to Prairie Heights and get a 35-0 win tonight. Krista Pugh and company. And Goshen just edges out Fairfield. Now, last year, I think Goshen won that game like 40-something to nothing. This year, a lot closer, so maybe a good sign for the Fairfield Falcons, but they fall tonight 20-14.
Indeed. Lakeland was paying a visit to Wawasee tonight. The Warriors topping the Lakers 28.
And Coach Rodebach gets his first win there. Adams Central, 40-0 win over Belmont tonight. South Adams.
And that's not a typo.
Mimicking their rival with their own 40-0 win down at Winchester. 2 really good teams down in Adams County there.
Indeed. Bluffton, they were winners by 4 over Northfield tonight, 24-20, and Eastside taking it to Heritage, 44-0, your final.
All right, Fremont. I think they're going to be much improved this year. Numbers are up. Last year, they beat Southern Wells in sectionals. They get them again here tonight, week 1, and they beat the Raiders 33-16, the final there.
Southwood, they are winners over Maconaquah tonight, 20-17, and I forgot to put the score in for that one, but North Miami winners over Manchester 41.
You mean the XX to XX is not the correct final score there?
It is not.
Rochester 20, Wabash 14. That's a final. Tippecanoe Valley competes with a good Culver team tonight. Unfortunately, they fall short 24-12. Deontay Craig and company are able to hold off the Vikings.
And we got a new stinger, so you know that means it's our play of the night, and our play of the night takes us back to Zollner Stadium. Go-ahead score, Brandon Davis to Jaron Kindig. The beautiful grab for that go-ahead score. The Cadets, again, taking that game over Southside, 41-14. Congrats to Jaron on our first play of the night of the 2019 season.
Had some stiff competition. We were talking in the newsroom. I mean, we could have gone with the Jake Archibald pick. He plucks it off the turf. Beautiful diving catch at Spooler Stadium. I
had that nice grab over at Wayne.
The Central Noble tackle that we got from our man Caleb Saylor up there in Noble County doing work tonight. So nice job by Jared and the Cadets to bring home the first play of the night. And we're finally, it's here, man. It's here. Finally got that first week under our belts, and now we're ready to roll.
First thoughts on that first week of the SAC? Overall period, I guess.
Like I said, I mean, a lot of blowouts. I mean, that's the first thing when you're just looking on Twitter and you're seeing all the scores is just, man, that's a lot of points to a little point. It seemed like that was kind of the theme tonight, but I think in the SAC specifically, the teams we thought were going to be good are good. I mean, Dwenger, Snyder, Homestead, those were the three teams.
That was a huge win.
They were one of my sleepers coming into the year, and they looked mighty good tonight. So the teams we thought were going to be good in the SAC look pretty good. Obviously, it's still early. And then DeKalb, they were one of our teams to watch at the beginning of the season. You beat Angola. I don't care where it's at. I mean, that's a hard-earned win right there. So congrats to Pete Kemp and company. Looking forward to see if they can contend for an NE8 title this season.
Indeed.